Hello, my name is Eric. I go by Toolhead46n2 on Breakers TV and also on eBay. And this is my live group team break of a 12-box case of 2014 Bowman Draft Baseball. And I will try to go through this fairly quickly, and then I'll also be uploading a recap video at some point a little bit after this video is uploaded if you want to just watch that for the sake of saving yourself a little bit of time. This should take me somewhere between an hour and a half and 2 hours, so I'm going to try to make it go as quick as I can. Let's adjust this camera a little bit here. Alright, I'll show you the case all around so we can see that it's still factory sealed. Put that up a little bit there. Okay. So let's see, about 9:30, so I'm getting a half-hour late start as it is, so I will try to make this quick. And if you don't have time to watch the whole thing, I'll be putting it up on YouTube shortly after we're finished. Alright. Okay, here we go, box number one. Look good, everyone? Okay, here we go. Let's hope for some good hits for you guys. Daniel Robertson, A's. Kyle Crick, Giants. Try to separate these as I go. I'm not going to spend much time on the real common inserts, the dual drafts or the draft night inserts, anything like that. It's real common. Ronnie Williams, Cardinals. Carson Sands for the Cubs, refractor. Luis Torrens Chrome. Mason Williams, red ice, number 149 of 150. Chris Ellis Chrome for the Angels. Sorry, I should name those teams there a little bit better. Mason Williams, red ice was Yankees. Brian Gonzalez, Chrome, Orioles. Devon Washington, Indians. Bowman Scouts, Breakouts. Tyler Danish, White Sox. Clint Coulter, Brewers, Future of the Franchise. Robert Stevenson, Indians, refractor. I'm sorry, that's the Reds. Reds refractor, not the Indians. Sometimes I get confused on those logos. Sam Travis, Red Sox Chrome. Again, I'm going to be shipping all the cards out of this break, not just the hits or anything, so even though I'm not showing the base cards. You'll still get those in the mail from me here pretty quick. Jake Thompson, Rangers. Here's an autograph. Mike Pappy of the Indians. So just one of the regular autographs, not a refractor or anything like that. Mike Pappy of the Indians, first autograph. And those are not serial numbered. Well, at least we're off to a better start than the last case. I missed the auto out of my first box of this and then found it when I went back sorting through. Jeff Hoffman of the Blue Jays. Monty Harrison, Brewers. Justin Steele, Cubs. Aaron Brown, refractor, Phillies. Derek Fisher, Astros. Jonathan Holder, the Yankees, with Silver Ice, I think it's called. Vincent Velasquez of the Astros. Everyone hear me okay? Am I talking clearly enough and close enough to the mic? David Dahl of the Rockies, Chrome. Brian Anderson at Marlins. Okay, Mason Williams, Yankees, refractor. C.J. Edwards of the Cubs. Marcus Wilson, the Diamondbacks. Austin Casino, the Mariners. George Alfaro, the Rangers. Draft night insert. Jameson Trillion, Pirates. Michael Chavis of the Red Sox. Isan Diaz, refractor, Diamondbacks. Cole Stewart of the Twins. Blue paper parallel, Jameson Trillin of the Pirates. Serial numbered 399 of 399, the last one in the run. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on these serial numbers tonight either. That kind of slowed me down the other night, but that one I'll try to show you. 399 of 399. Trey Turner of Padres. Eric Fetty of the Nationals. Sam Hentges of the Indians. Hunter Renfroe, Padres, feature the franchise. Ian Clarkin of the Yankees, refractor. Alex Jackson of the Mariners. Kevin Pavlo of the Rockies, Nick Torres of the Padres. Joey Gallo of the Rangers. Bowman's back. Diamondbacks, Braden Shipley. A.J. Reed of the Astros. Trey Supak, refractor for the Pirates. Trey Ball of the Red Sox. Chase Ballot of the Royals. Ryan McMahon, Silver Ice, I think that's called, of the Rockies. I'm going to check on those inserts again, make sure what they were called. Blake Anderson of the Marlins. DJ Peterson of the Mariners. Clint Frazier, Blue Refractor of the Indians. Serial numbered 52/399. Ben Lively, Refractor of the Reds. Julio Urias of the Dodgers. Okay, last pack of box one. Okay, looking all right on time, a little slow, but we'll pick it up. Braxton Davidson of the Braves. Ryan McMahon and Luis Servino, both the Bowman Scouts Breakouts inserts. Rockies, Yankees. Luis Ortiz, Rangers. All right, box number one. On to box number two. Okay, first pack. See if we can speed this up a little bit. Michael Getteroff, Chrome, Day insert, Cody Medeiros, John Ritchie, Chrome Dodgers, and Michael Garrett Chrome is for the Twins. Trevor Story, Rockies, Bradley Zimmer, Refractor for the Indians. Grayson Griner for the Tigers, Christian Arroyo for the Giants. Mac Williamson of the Giants, Mark Zagunis of the Cubs. J.P. Crawford, Phillies, Future of the Franchise. Austin Boosfield, Refractor for the Padres. Delanda Shields of the Astros. Trace Lower of the A's. Here's the autograph. Cameron Varga of the Tampa Bay Rays. Refractor autograph. Not serial numbered. There we go. All right, we're getting these autographs pretty early in the box. Kind of takes away some of the suspense, I guess. Corey Seager, the Dodgers. Rob Kaminsky of the Cardinals. Brett Graves of the A's. Tyler Beede, Refractor for the Giants. Travis Demeritte for the Rangers. Dylan Cease, Silver Ice for the Cubs. Bobby Bradley of the Indians. Not a lot of chat amongst the viewers, it doesn't look like. I guess since we didn't have to do any kind of randomization, everybody didn't get to know each other that way. Brent Honeywell, Tampa Bay Rays. Marlins dual draft insert. Sean Coyle, the Red Sox. Taylor Gushu, refractor for the Pirates. Ryan Yarbrough for the Mariners. Michael Lorenzen for the Reds. Tyler McKean for the Indians. I'll turn this a bit better there. TJ Antone for the Reds. Another draft night for the Brewers. Gatewood. Jake Stinnett for the Cubs. Reese Hoskins for the Phillies. Brian Shales, refractor for the Marlins. Kyle Freeland for the Rockies. Francelis Montes, Bowman Scouts, Breakouts, Refractor. These ones aren't serial numbered. There are X-fractors that are numbered. Hopefully we'll get a few of those. Reese McGuire, Pirates. That Marcellus Montes that we just saw, the refractor, was the White Sox, in case I didn't say that. Jordan Schwartz of the A's. Scott Blewett of the Royals. Anybody in here tonight that was in my break from last week? Am I doing a little bit better? Blake Sweetheart, future of the franchise for the Red Sox. Roberto Osuna refractor for the Blue Jays. Albert Amora for the Cubs. Try to keep those refractors separate. Austin Dakar for the Yankees. Jordy Lara, Scouts Breakouts for the Mariners. Daniel Gossett for the A's. John Flaherty for the Cardinals. Bowman is back. Michael Conforto, the Mets. Dustin Demuth for the Brewers. Chris Oliver, refractor for the Phillies. Cole Tucker for the Pirates. Oh, I'm sorry, Chris Oliver was a refractor for the Phillies. Lucas Giolito for the Nationals. Eric Jagielo for the Yankees. Silver Ice. Jared Walker for the Dodgers. Matt Chapman for the A's. Green refractor, Dustin Demuth for the Brewers. That one is serial numbered 103 of 150. Green refractor for the Brewers. Devon Travis refractor for the Tigers. Shane Zeal for the Tigers. Clint Frazier for the Indians. Austin Meadows for the Pirates. And that is the last pack from box number 2. I'm going to grab a 3,200 count real quick so I can start keeping these a little bit better organized than I did last time. I'll be back in just a second for box 3. A couple shoe boxes instead, maybe. So bear with me for a second. I'll be right back at it. Should have been a little bit better prepared. Okay, sorry for the delay. Box 3. Still running a little slow. Okay, Aaron Brown for the Phillies. Max Fried for the Padres. Mason Williams for the Yankees. Max Pentecost refractor for the Blue Jays. Carson Sands for the Cubs. Casey Gillespie Silver Ice for the Rays. Spencer Adams for the White Sox. Robert Stevenson for the Reds. J.P. Crawford for the Phillies. Gavin Lavallee refractor for the Reds. Grant Hawkins for the Indians. Aramis Garcia for the Giants. Jose Peraza, Bowman Scouts Breakouts insert. Aaron Judge for the Yankees. Chris Oliver for the Phillies. Bowman is back. Josh Bell for the Pirates. Christian Binford for the Royals. Wyatt Strahan refractor for the Reds. And right behind the non-refractor, Wyatt Strahan. Devon Travis, Tigers. Mark Apple, Astros, Silver Ice. Chris Stratton for the Giants. Brian Shales for the Marlins. Tyler Danish, blue refractor for the White Sox. This one is numbered 168 to 399. Chris Stratton refractor for the Giants. Matt Morgan for the Blue Jays. Roberto Osuna for the Blue Jays. Blue Jays dual draft insert. Nomar Mazara, Rangers. Jose Peraza for the Braves. Jacob Gatewood, draft night, Brewers insert. Mitch Keller, Pirates. Zach Lemond for the Padres. Nick Howard refractor for the Reds. Josh Hader for the Astros. Jacob Jones for the Pirates. Casey Gillespie for the Rays. The Marlins dual draft. Chase Fry for the White Sox. Bradley Shipley for the Diamondbacks, future of the franchise. Lane Thomas refractor for the Blue Jays. Tyler Glasnow for the Pirates. Nick Gordon for the Twins. Here we have a redemption card. Bowman Chrome draft pick auto of Aaron Nola. And these don't put the team name on them. Anybody tell me who Aaron Nola is for? I'm sure somebody that's watching is familiar with Aaron Nola or can Google it real quick, but that redemption will get figured out and we'll decide who that one goes to. Didn't get any redemptions out of the first case that I got, which is always kind of nice. Tyler Beede for the Giants. Nick Gordon draft night for the Twins. Max Pentecost for the Blue Jays. Taylor Gushu for the Pirates. Max Morgan refractor for the Blue Jays. How about Aaron Nola, anybody? Anybody know who he's for? Bradley Zimmer for the Indians. Michael Conforto, red ice for the Mets. Serial number 124 of 150. Gavin LaValle for the Reds. Austin Boosfield for the Padres. Nick Howard for the Reds. Tim Anderson for the White Sox, future franchise. Nomar Mazara, refractor for the Rangers. Lane Thomas for the Blue Jays. Last pack of box 3. Trey Supak for the Pirates. Michael Kopech for the Red Sox. There's no refractors in there. Okay, on to box 4. Did a little better on time on that one, I think. Let's see if I can keep improving. Trevor Story of the Rockies. AJ Reed of the Astros. Grayson Greiner for the Tigers. Austin Casino refractor for the Mariners. Mac Williamson for the Giants. Trey Ball for the Red Sox. Trace Lohr for the A's. Blake Anderson for the Marlins. We got Dominic Smith, future of the franchise for the Mets. Followed by Kyle Grick, refractor for the Giants. Julio Urias for the Dodgers. Joey Gallo for the Rangers. There's the auto. Dylan Overton for the Oakland A's. Just a regular auto, non-refractor. Dylan Overton for the A's. Brett Graves for the A's. Tyler McKean for the Indians. Travis Demerit for the Rangers. Brian Anderson, refractor for the Marlins. Brent Honeywell for the Rays. Forrest Wall, silver ice for the Rockies. John Ritchie for the Dodgers. Michael Lorenzen for the Reds. Marlins Phillies dual draft insert. Christian Arroyo for the Giants. C.J. Edwards, refractor for the Cubs. Mark Zagunis for the Cubs. Michael Sederoff for the Twins. Delano DeShields for the Astros. Reese Hoskins for the Phillies. Cody Medeiros, draft night for the Brewers. Daniel Gossett, A's. Kyle Freeland for the Rockies. Monty Harrison, refractor for the Brewers. Jordan Schwartz for the A's. Here's a Lavon Washington Bowman Scouts Breakouts refractor, die cut. Cleveland Indians. Rob Kaminsky for the Cardinals. Austin Dakar for the Yankees. Bobby Bradley for the Indians. Jorge Alfaro, Rangers, future of the franchise. Vincent Velasquez, refractor for the Astros. Sean Coyle for the Red Sox. Corey Seager for the Dodgers. Tayron Guerrero, Scouts Breakouts for the Padres. Ryan Yarbrough for the Mariners. Lucas Giolito for the Nationals. Bowman is back. Austin Meadows for the Pirates. Austin Meadows for the Pirates again. Regular chrome. Base chrome, I should say. Alex Jackson, refractor for the Mariners. Jake Stinnett for the Cubs. Matt Chapman for the A's. Hunter Harvey, Silver Ice for the Orioles. Reese McGuire for the Pirates. Still looks like we've got 13 live viewers. Nobody wanting to chat with each other at all, huh? Just content to watch and see what I get, I guess. Clint Frazier for the Indians. Kyle Crick, red refractor for the Giants. This one is numbered 1 of 5. Nice little hit there, if you can see the number. Kyle Crick, red refractor, 1 of 5. Let me put this in a sleeve real quick for somebody, if I can find it. Oh, we're all set to go here. Right in a sleeve for somebody, and right in a top load as well. All right, last 2 packs from box 4. Nick Torres for the Padres, refractor. Scott Blewett for the Royals. TJ Antone for the Reds. Albert Almora for the Cubs. Alright, that is it for box 4. Make sure there's no refractors hiding in the base chrome. Alright, box 5. Matt Raley for the Diamondbacks. Monty Harrison, draft night for the Brewers. Miguel Sano for the Twins. Hey guys, I just noticed I refreshed my room on my other computer, and I've had a problem with my chat not refreshing properly, so I guess you guys have been chatting away and I wasn't aware of it again. Brandon Drury for the Diamondbacks. Mitch Keller, refractor for the Pirates. Let me take a quick look at this chat and see what I missed. Yeah, guys, for some reason my chat isn't refreshing like it should. I haven't figured out how to get that fixed. But if I don't reach over and refresh it every once in a while, I might miss what you guys are talking about. So bear with me. Jake Cusser for the Red Sox. Sean Newcomb for the Angels. I'll try to speed it up. I know somebody said something about taking an hour to an hour and 15 minutes. And I saw Rip and List on a video right before I started this at about an hour 45. So I thought maybe I'd be able to keep up with that. But I guess I got to go a little quicker. Blake Sweetheart for the Red Sox. Jake Reed for the Twins. Tyler Kolek, future franchise Marlins. Jacoby Jones, refractor for the Pirates. Kyle Schwarber for the Cubs. Austin Gomber for the Cardinals. Here's the auto, Jeff Hoffman for the Blue Jays. Seems like we got this auto out of the last case as well. Just the regular auto for the Blue Jays. I'll try that, you guys. I'll try opening every pack in the box first. Lewis Brinson for the Rangers. Ryan Castellani for the Rockies. That was kind of my original plan, and then I watched this video of somebody who I thought was a pretty regular breaker and saw him just doing one pack at a time, so I figured I'd follow suit, but we'll try it that other way. J.D. Davis for the Astros. Grant Hawken, refractor for the Indians. We get through this box, and then I'll start another one and see how much quicker that is. Chris Bryant for the Cubs. Michael Conforto, Silver Ice for the Mets. Dominic Smith for the Mets. Nick Wells, Blue Jays. Mariners, Mets dual draft. Connor Joe, Pirates. Aaron Judge, refractor for the Yankees. Braden Shipley for the Diamondbacks. I can take a little constructive criticism, you guys. That's what kind of got me to do things a little bit differently this time, so I'll get it figured out. Just keep telling me what I should do differently. Nick Williams of the Rangers, Luke Weaver of the Cardinals, Trevor Sparks for the Reds, Draft Night, Gabriel Guerrero for the Mariners. I'm going to skip over some of these common autos. How about that? That'll save some time. Lance McCullers for the Astros, Spencer Adams refractor for the White Sox. Jeff Brigham for the Dodgers, Mike Pappy, blue paper for the Indians, serial number 278399. Cameron Varga for the Rays. Believe it or not, I'm doing way better than I was last week on my second break ever. Tim Anderson of the White Sox, Luis Servino of the Yankees. So maybe in another week or two I'll be halfway up to speed. David Dahl, future franchise for the Rockies. J.P. Crawford, refractor for the Phillies. Michael Geddes for the Padres. Yeah, like I was saying, if you were listening a little earlier, first box, my first break of this product, I missed the auto somehow, so definitely try not to miss any this time around. And if I do, I'll go right back through and find it. Conforto for the Mets. Bowman is back. Aaron Nola for the Phillies. So Aaron Nola was our redemption. So we know now that he's for the Phillies. I'll be able to put that with the appropriate team. Josh Morgan for the Rangers. Garrett Fulencher for the Braves. Brandon Nimmo for the Mets. Michael Kopech for the Red Sox, refractor. Miguel Almonte for the Royals. Jeremy Rhodes for the Angels. Nick Gordon, Silver Ice for the Twins. Brett Austin for the White Sox. Justin Twine for the Marlins. Black refractor, Courtney Hawkins for the White Sox. Numbered 45 of 75. Courtney Hawkins for the White Sox, black refractor. Max Fried refractor for the Padres. Courtney Hawkins again for the White Sox. Rosell Herrera for the Rockies. Casey Soltis for the Marlins. All right, that's the end of box 5. All right, this next box, we'll try what you guys are saying. I'll try to open every pack and just stack the cards up and then fire back through them. How's that sound? Refractors in here. Box number 6. See how this works. 817. This might be the ticket. Alright, that was pretty good for that step. Let's see what we got here. Jorge Alfaro for the Rangers. Chance Cisco, Scouts breakout. Alex Jackson. Mariners. Tyler Danish, refractor for the White Sox. Sam Hinches for the Indians. Braxton Davidson for the Braves. Grant Holmes, blue refractor for the Dodgers. This one is numbered 81 of 399. Grant Holmes for the Dodgers, blue refractor. DJ Peterson for the Mariners. Lucas Sims, silver ice for the Braves. Trey Turner, Padres. Chris Ellis, refractor for the Angels. Jameson Trillin for the Pirates. Chase Vala for the Royals. Bowman is back. Corey Seager for the Dodgers. Luis Ortiz for the Rangers. Jeff Hoffman for the Blue Jays. CJ Edwards for the Cubs. Lucas Giolito for the Nationals, future franchise. Aaron Blair, refractor for the Diamondbacks. Brian Anderson for the Marlins. Kevin Padlo for the Rockies. Cubs dual draft insert. Vincent Velasquez for the Astros. Eric Fetty for the Nationals. Blue paper of Corey Ray for the Royals. Serial number 99-399. Monty Harrison for the Brewers. Cole Stewart for the Twins. Sam Travis, refractor for the Red Sox. Michael Chavis for the Red Sox. Derek Hill, Tigers draft night. Nick Torres, Padres. All right, that seemed pretty quick. Daniel Robertson for the A's. Sam Travis for the Red Sox. Alex Hansen, refractor for the Pirates. Tyler Danish for the White Sox. Marcus Wilson for the Diamondbacks. Chris Ellis for the Angels. David Dahl for the Rockies. Foster Griffin, silver ice for the Royals. Kyle Crick for the Giants. Derek Fisher for the Astros. Jacob Lindgren, refractor for the Yankees. Justin Steele for the Cubs. There's another stack. Austin Casino for the Mariners. Ben Lively for the Reds. There's the auto. Scott Blewett, green refractor auto for the Royals. Serial numbered 45 of 99. Scott Blewett of the Royals, green refractor. Jeff Hoffman, future franchise for the Blue Jays. Christian Binford, refractor for the Royals. Milton Ramos for the Mets. Jake Thompson for the Rangers. Kevin Ziemek, Scouts breakout for the Tigers. Alan Hansen for the Pirates. Brian Gonzalez for the Orioles. Jacob Lindgren for the Yankees. Luis Torrens for the Yankees. Milton Ramos, refractor for the Mets. Ronnie Williams for the Cardinals. Grant Holmes, draft night, Dodgers. Aaron Blair for the Diamondbacks. And that is box 6. That's a little bit better. About a 7-minute box. Might be onto something here. Guess it's really only 7 minutes if I count the time I start the next box, not the time I'm spending messing around with this stuff right now. So here we go. Box 7. The auto in that one was Scott Blewett of the Royals, green refractor. There you go, McCoy. Serial numbered 45 of 99. Okay, same thing as last time. 825. Let's see how I can do. Let me refresh this chat real quick, make sure I'm not missing anything until I get that figured out. Okay, here we go, box number 7. Hunter Dozier of the Royals, Renato Nunez, Scouts breakout for the A's, Tyler Kolek for the Marlins, Jameis Trillin refractor for the Pirates, Carlos Correa for the Astros, Jackson Reitz for the Nationals, Foster Griffin for the Royals, Clayton Blackburn for the Giants, Sean Reed Foley Silver Ice for the Blue Jays, Lucas Sims for the Braves, Jordan Luplow for the Pirates, Luis Ortiz refractor for the Rangers, Ramal Tapai for the Rockies, Forrest Wall for the Rockies, Jack Flaherty for the Cardinals. Here's our auto, Trailer Supek refractor auto for the Pirates. All right, got to that one right away. Let's see if we can get through the rest of these pretty quick here then. Daniel Robertson, future franchise A's. Sam Henches, refractor for the Indians. Shane Zeal for the Tigers. Jose Barrios for the Twins. Reds dual draft. Jared Walker for the Dodgers. Jacob Gatewood for the Brewers, Cole Tucker for the Pirates, Ian Clarkin for the Yankees, Trey Turner refractor for the Padres, Isan Diaz for the Diamondbacks, Jacob Gatewood draft night Brewers, Dustin DeMuth for the Brewers. All right, the last half of the box. Oops. Tyler Beatty, future franchise for the Giants. Alex Gonzalez for the Rangers. Dual draft for the Angels and the Dodgers. Michael Mader for the Marlins. Trey Ball refractor for the Red Sox. Franklin Barreto for the Blue Jays. Gareth Morgan for the Mariners. Tyler Kolek, blue refractor for the Marlins. This one's numbered 398 of 399. Blue refractor for the Marlins. Peter O'Brien for the Diamondbacks. Hunter Renfroe, silver ice for the Padres. Eric Skoglund for the for the Royals. AJ Reed refractor for the Astros. Byron Buxton for the Twins. Alex Verdugo for the Dodgers. Bowman is back. Ben Lively for the Reds. Jonathan Holder for the Yankees. Dylan Davis for the Giants. Hunter Harvey for the Orioles. Julio Urias for the Dodgers, refractor. Sean Reed Foley for the Blue Jays. James Ramsey for the Indians. Hunter Renfroe for the Padres. Chad Sabatka for the Braves. Purple Ice, Nick Howard for the Reds. This one is numbered 82 of 99. Nick Howard, Purple Ice for the Reds. Joe Gatto for the Angels. Josh Hart for the Orioles. Blake Anderson refractor for the Marlins. Andrew Morales for the Cardinals. Nick Gordon draft night for the Twins. Gosuke Koch for the Yankees. And that's the end of box 7. Seven minutes. All right, doing a little better. Sure, no refractors are in there. On to box 8. Okay, same thing. Let's tear these open first. Yeah, rock and roll, you were in here the other night in one of my breaks. Maybe you can tell me if I'm doing any better. I'm trying to quicken things up a little bit here for everybody. Yeah, I think I saw you had a couple teams this break, rock and roll, but I can't remember which they were off the top of my head. Put those back in Canada. I'm going to be posting a recap video after I'm done with the break rock and roll. So you can see what you missed in terms of hits. I'll probably go through everything one more time at the very end of this video for everybody that's been watching as well. Okay. Austin Gomber for the Cardinals. Gabriel Guerrero, Bowman Scouts breakout for the Mariners. Troy Stokes for the Brewers. Sean Coyle, refractor for the Red Sox. Kyle Schwarber for the Cubs. Blake Sweetheart for the Red Sox. Black refractor, Aramis Garcia for the Giants. Numbered 35 of 75. It's got to be a decent little refractor for somebody. Let me get rid of this music here real quick. Alright, I'm going to fire through the rest of this without messing with the music. Jake Gossart for the Red Sox. Put this refractor over here. Kosuke Katon, Silver Ice for the Yankees. Jake Reed for the Twins. Bobby Bradley, refractor for the Indians. Sean Newcomb for the Angels. Brandon Drury for the Diamondbacks. Bowman is back, Jose Barrios for the Twins. Miguel Sano for the Twins. Jesse Winker for the Reds. Mike Pappy for the Indians. Rob Kaminsky, future of the franchise for the Cardinals. Tyler Naquin, refractor for the Indians. Mark Appel for the Astros. Wish I knew whether it was Appel or Apple. Matt Imhoff for the Phillies. Cubs Twins dual draft. Alex Blandino for the Reds. Eloy Jimenez for the Cubs. Hunter Renfroe, blue paper for the Padres. Number 92 of 399. Corey Ray for the Royals, Cody Reed for the Diamondbacks. Ryan Yarbrough, refractor for the Mariners. Michael Feliz for the Astros. Grant Holmes, draft night for the Dodgers. Derek Hill for the Tigers. Grant Holmes for the Dodgers. Rafael Devers for the Red Sox. Christian Arroyo, refractor for the Giants. Tiquan Forbes for the Rangers. Raul Mondesi for the Royals. Phil Irvin for the Reds. Justice Sheffield for the Indians. Joe Gatto, Silver Ice for the Angels. Nick Birdie for the Twins. Colin Moran for the Astros. John Ritchie, refractor for the Dodgers. Ryan Ripken for the Nationals. Josh Bell for the Pirates. Gordon Montgomery for the Yankees. There's the auto. Taylor Sparks for the Reds. Regular auto. Set that one aside here. Lucas Sims, future of the franchise for the Braves. Delino DeShields, refractor for the Astros. Ryan McMahon for the Rockies. Aaron Nola for the Phillies. Jake Bowers, Bowman Scouts breakout for the Padres. Dylan Cease for the Cubs. Just a few more here. Brett Martin for the Rangers. Eric Jagiello. I know I'm mispronouncing that, but that's the best I think I can do. For the Yankees. Cody Medeiros for the Brewers. Mark Zagunis refractor for the Cubs. Jordan Foley for the Yankees. Draft night, Michael Chavis for the Red Sox. Spencer Turnbull for the Tigers. All right. Seems like I did a little better there. Box 9. Okay, let's start going through box 9 here. Nick Gordon of the Twins, Josh Morgan of the Rangers, Austin Meadows, refractor of the Pirates, Tyler Glasnow of the Pirates, Casey Gillespie of the Rays, Ian Clarkin, blue refractor for the Yankees, number 341 of 399. Josh Hader for the Astros, Franklin Guerrero, Silver Ice, Blue Jays, Jace Fry, White Sox, Shane Zeal refractor, Tigers, Jacoby Jones, Pirates, Zach Lemond, Padres, Bowman is back, Kyle Freeland of the Rockies, Mitch Keller of the Pirates, Taylor Sparks of the Reds, Jabari Henry, Bowman Scouts Breakouts, Mariners, Gabriel Guerrero, Mariners, Tyler Glasnow, Future the Franchise for the Pirates, Reese McGuire, refractor for the Pirates, Casey Soltis for the Marlins. Rosell Herrera for the Rockies. Courtney Hawkins for the White Sox. Justin Twine for the Marlins. Kyle Waldrop, Bowman Scouts Breakout Die Cut Refractor for the Reds. Brett Austin for the White Sox. Jeremy Rhodes. Is it Rhodes or Roards? Roards, maybe, for the Angels. Jake Stinnett, Refractor for the Cubs. Michael Conforto for the Mets. Monty Harrison, Draft Night for the Brewers. Miguel Almonte for the Royals. Lewis Brinson for the Rangers. Ryan Castellani for the Rockies. Albert Amora, Refractor for the Cubs. Brandon Nemo for the Mets. Garrett Fulenchek for the Braves. Cardinals dual draft. Michael Geddes for the Padres. Tim Anderson for the White Sox. Michael Mader, Silver Ice for the Marlins. Luis Servino for the Yankees. Jeff Brigham for the Dodgers. Scott Blewett, Refractor for the Royals. Lance McCullers for the Astros. Cameron Varga for the Rays. Matt Raley for the Diamondbacks. There's our auto. Cole Tucker for the Pirates. Cole Tucker, a regular auto for the Pirates. Set that one aside. Clint Frazier, future franchise for the Indians. Rob Kaminsky, Refractor for the Cardinals. Luke Weaver for the Cardinals. Nick Williams for the Rangers. Braden Shipley for the Diamondbacks. Nick Wells for the Blue Jays. Connor Joe for the Pirates. Chris Bryant for the Cubs. Daniel Gossett, Refractor for the A's. J.D. Davis for the Astros. Derek Hill, Draft Night for the Tigers. Dominic Smith for the Mets. And that is the end of box 9. How was that rock and roll? A little bit better than the other night, probably? I think I must have been putting you and everybody else to sleep when it took so long for that case. Box 10. Let me refresh this chat just in case I'm missing anything. All right, looks like we're good. Try to do my best to keep everything in view of the camera. Might not have been concentrating on that aspect of it early on in the break, so I'll try to do a little better these last few boxes. Okay, here we go, box 10. Brandon Drury of the Diamondbacks. Matt Olson, Scouts breakout for the A's. Miguel Sano for the Twins. Jorge Alfaro, refractor for the Rangers. Luke Weaver for the Cardinals. Matt Riley for the Diamondbacks. Black refractor, Phil Irvin for the Reds. This one is numbered 2175. Phil Irvin for the Reds, black refractor. Nick Williams for the Rangers. Phil Irvin, silver ice for the Reds, same pack. Braden Shipley for the Diamondbacks. Braxton Davidson, refractor for the Braves. Connor Joe for the Pirates. Nick Wells for the Blue Jays. Luis Servino, Bowman is back for the Yankees. Dominic Smith for the Mets. Cody Reed for the Diamondbacks. Derek Hill for the Tigers. Luis Servino, future of the franchise for the Yankees. Cole Stewart, refractor for the Twins. Troy Stokes for the Brewers. Michael Feliz for the Astros. Reds dual draft. Kyle Schwarber for the Reds. Austin Gomber for the Cardinals. Shane Zeal, blue paper for the Tigers, numbered 190 of 399. Shane Zeal of Tigers. Jake Reed, Twins. Blake Sweetheart for the Red Sox. Michael Chavis, refractor for the Red Sox. Jake Gossert for the Red Sox. Jacob Gatewood, draft night for the Brewers. Sean Newcomb for the Angels. Second half of the box. Colin Moran for the Astros. Josh Bell for the Pirates. Kevin Padlo, refractor for the Rockies. Padlo, got it. Mike Pappy for the Indians. Ryan Ripken for the Nationals. Mark Capel for the Astros. Jesse Winker for the Reds. Tequan Forbes, silver ice for the Rangers. Alex Blandino for the Reds. Matt Imhoff for the Phillies. Eric Fedde, refractor for the Nationals. Eloy Jimenez for the Cubs. Corey Ray for the Royals. Cody Medeiros for the Brewers. There's our auto. Chad Sabatka for the Braves, regular auto. Chad Sabatka for the Braves. Set that one aside. We'll get those autos in sleeves and top loaders right after we're done with the break here. Sean Newcomb, future of the franchise for the Angels. Justin Steele, refractor for the Cubs. Rafael Devers for the Red Sox. Jordan Foley for the Yankees. Edmundo Sosa for the Cardinals, Scouts breakout. Tequan Forbes, Rangers. Grant Holmes for the Dodgers. Phil Irvin for the Reds. Raul Mondesi for the Royals. Jeff Hoffman, refractor for the Blue Jays. Justice Sheffield for the Indians. Cody Medeiros for the Brewers, draft night. Nick Birdie for the Twins. All right, that's it for box 10. Yep, I'll be doing a recap right at the end of the break here, and then I'll also maybe do another one that I'll record separately from this so you guys can see pretty quick here what we got. All right, box 11. Yeah, no problem, JK Breaker. Like I was saying earlier, this is only my third break, and I've watched a few breaks, and just kind of finally decided to give it a try last week, and just got to learn the ropes a little bit, I guess. Sorry, you probably typed that in the chat 10 minutes ago, and I'm just now catching it. Now, if I could only get this down and start playing a little bit of music to go along with it, I might be able to even step it up a little bit more. But found when I uploaded one of my first videos to YouTube that some of these bands don't like it if you have their music going in the background. Might have been a little too loud, so they were able to pick up on it. But maybe if I keep the volume down, I'll be able to sneak some stuff on there. Yeah, who was it that didn't like it? I think the Doors, I think the Hot Snakes. The 3 bands that I got messages that they had detected music in my videos and weren't happy about it. Alright, here we go with box 11. Whoops, box is falling back there. Roberto Osuna for the Blue Jays. Mariners Mets dual draft. Christian Binford for the Royals. Jose Peraza, refractor for the Braves. Milton Ramos for the Mets. Brian Shales for the Marlins. Trey Supak, blue refractor for the Pirates. Number 181 of 399. Supak for the Pirates, blue refractor. Devin Travis for the Tigers. Byron Buxton, silver ice for the Twins. Alan Hansen for the Pirates. Aramis Garcia, refractor for the Giants. Jacob Lindgren for the Yankees. Chris Oliver for the Phillies. Bowman is back. Lucas Giolito for the Nationals. Aaron Blair for the Diamondbacks. Trey Supak for the Pirates. Max Pentecost for the Blue Jays. Carlos Correa, future of the franchise for the Astros. Josh Hader, refractor for the Astros. Nomar Mazara for the Rangers. Austin Boosfield for the Padres. Max Morgan for the Blue Jays. Bradley Zimmer for the Indians. Derek Hill, blue paper for the Tigers. Number 283 of 399. Tigers insert. Chris Stratton for the Giants. Taylor Gushu for the Pirates. Zach Lemond, refractor for the Padres. Tyler Beatty for the Giants. Grant Holmes, draft night for the Dodgers. Wyatt Strahan for the Reds. Aaron Brown for the Phillies. Steven Motts, Scouts breakout for the Mets. Max Fried for the Padres. Dustin Demuth refractor for the Brewers. Michael Kopech for the Red Sox. Ramel Tapai green refractor for the Rockies. This one is numbered 34/150, green refractor for the Rockies. Ramel Tapai. Hope I'm not butchering the name too bad. Lane Thomas for the Blue Jays. Ian Clarkin for the Yankees. Eric Skoglund, Silver Ice for the Royals. Nick Howard for the Reds. Isan Diaz for the Diamondbacks. Tyler Kolek, refractor for the Marlins. Ben Lively for the Reds. Gavin Lavallee for the Reds. Jose Peraza for the Braves. Another redemption, and it's the same parallel, but this time it's the gold auto parallel. Bowman Chrome Draft Pick, autograph gold parallel, Aaron Nola. And what number to 50, I'm pretty sure. And I saw the Aaron Nola. Who did we decide he was for back there? We had the Bowman is back of him, yeah, for the Phillies. Aaron Nola gold refractor auto is going to the Phillies. Jesse Winker for the Reds, future franchise. Jared Walker refractor for the Dodgers. Another auto. Guess this is the real auto, not the redemption. Alec Verdugo of the Dodgers, autograph. I don't know if that's common to get a redemption and an actual auto in the same box. If that's a bonus, but I'll take it. Aaron Judge for the Yankees. Aramis Garcia for the Giants. Red Sox dual draft. Grant Hodgkin for the Indians. Robert Stevenson for the Reds. J.P. Crawford for the Phillies. Carson Sands for the Cubs. Cole Tucker refractor for the Pirates. Mason Williams for the Yankees. Chavis draft night for the Red Sox. Spencer Adams for the White Sox. All right, that's the end of box 11. On to the last box. What do you think, guys? Is that uncommon to get a redemption along with an auto in the same box? Is that a bonus auto? Okay, box 12. The last box. I'm going to refresh chat real quick here. All right, so I guess that is good. The dual auto box. Yeah, if anyone knows how this chat works, how I can get it to auto refresh, that would sure be helpful. Okay, final box, box 12. Let's hope for a good hit. I guess that gold redemption auto is a pretty nice one, but it might be the best thing we've seen so far out of this one. Alex Verdugo of the Dodgers. Phillies Marlins dual draft. Jonathan Holder, Yankees. David Dahl, refractor for the Rockies. Brian McMahon for the Rockies. Jordan Montgomery for the Yankees. Michael Chavez, blue refractor for the Red Sox. This one also the end of the print run, numbered 399 to 399. I'll get that on camera for you. Last card in the print run. Some people find those a little special. Aaron Nola for the Phillies. Rafael Devers, Silver Ice for the Red Sox. Dylan Cease for the Cubs. Derek Fisher, refractor for the Astros. Eric Jagiello for the Yankees. Brett Martin for the Rangers. David Dahl, Bowman is back for the Rockies. Spencer Turnbull for the Tigers. Josh Hart for the Orioles. Gosuke Koch for the Yankees. Derek Hill, future of the franchise for the Tigers. Daniel Robertson, refractor for the A's. Michael Mader for the Marlins. Andrew Morales for the Cardinals. Franklin Barreto for the Blue Jays. Alex Gonzalez for the Rangers. Rob Kaminsky, Purple Ice for the Cardinals. Numbered 66 of 99. Purple Ice for the Cardinals. Eric Skoglund for the Royals. Gareth Morgan for the Mariners. Marcus Wilson refractor for the Diamondbacks. Peter O'Brien for the Diamondbacks. Chavez, draft night for the Red Sox. Byron Buxton for the Twins. And the last half of the last box. Jordan Luplow for the Pirates. Chad Pinder, Scouts Breakouts for the A's. Forrest Wall for the Rockies. Luis Torrens, refractor for the Yankees. Hunter Harvey for the Orioles. Raimel Tapai for the Rockies. Sean Reed Foley for the Blue Jays. Dylan Davis for the Giants. Spencer Turnbull, Silver Ice for the Tigers. Hunter Renfroe for the Padres. James Ramsey for the Indians. Ronnie Williams, refractor for the Cardinals. Chad Sabatka for the Braves. Joe Gatto for the Angels. Jose Barrios for the Twins. And there's our auto. Jake Stinnett for the Cubs. Can't remember if we got one of him in this case already or if that was from the last case, but Jake Stinnett, autograph for the Cubs. Last auto of the case. Unless we get another redemption or something like that, of course, here in this last handful. C.J. Edwards, future of the franchise for the Cubs. Jake Thompson, refractor for the Rangers. Tyler Kolek for the Marlins. Jacob Gatewood for the Brewers. Cubs dual draft. Carlos Correa for the Astros. Hunter Dozier for the Royals. Foster Griffin for the Royals. Jackson Reitz for the Nationals. Brian Gonzalez refractor for the Orioles. Clayton Blackburn for the Giants. Nick Gordon draft night for the Twins. Lucas Sims for the Braves. Okay, that's the end of box 12. Give me just a second here and I'll show the autos again real quick, as well as some of the lower serial numbered hits. And then most of this other insert stuff I'll just save to show on my recap video, along with all these regular refractors, some of this more common stuff. Okay, so a couple redemptions right off the bat. Same player, Aaron Nolan. I think we saw that he was for the Phillies. One is for the gold parallel that I'm pretty sure is numbered to 50, and one is just for the regular non-refractor autograph. These are our regular autographs that we just got. Jake Stinnett of the Cubs. Alex Verdugo for the Dodgers. Chad Sobotka for the Braves. Cole Tucker for the Pirates. Taylor Sparks for the Reds. Jeff Hoffman for the Blue Jays. Dylan Overton for the A's. And Mike Pappy for the Indians. Those were just the regular autographs. And then we also have Cameron Varga refractor auto for the Rays. We've got Trey Supak refractor autograph for the Pirates. And Scott Blewett green refractor autograph for the Royals. Numbered 45 of 99 on the green refractor. So just a few of the other quick highlights to show. Green refractor of Dustin DeMuth for the Brewers, numbered 103 of 150. Kyle Gritch, red refractor for the Giants, already in the top load, numbered 1 of 5. Got a green refractor of Raimel Tapai for the Rockies, numbered 34 of 150. We've got a black refractor of Aramis Garcia for the Giants, numbered 35 of 75. Phil Irvin of the Reds, black refractor, numbered 21 of 75. Some blue refractors, Ian Clarkin for the Yankees. These are all numbered to 399. I'll just tell you if there's something special about the serial number. Tyler Kolek, blue refractor from the Marlins. Grant Holmes of the Dodgers, blue refractor. Michael Chavis, Red Sox, blue refractor. The last one in the print run, 399, 399. I think we had two like that. Trey Supek of the Pirates, blue refractor. Aramis Garcia. Oh, this is just a regular refractor. Sorry, that got mixed in there early on before I started to separate those out. So let's see what else we have to show here. These are some Scouts breakouts, refractors. Kyle Waldrop of the Reds, die cut, refractor. Levon Washington of the Indians, die cut, refractor. And Francelis Montes of the White Sox, same thing. Rob Kaminsky, Purple Ice, numbered 66 of 99. Nick Howard, Purple Ice, numbered 82 of 99. Conforto, numbered 124, 150, Red Ice. Mason Williams, Yankees, 149 and 150, Red Ice. A couple blue refractors were mixed in there. Tyler Danish, White Sox, number 399. Clint Frazier, the Indians. And some blue paper. These are all numbered 399. Derek Hill of the Tigers, Shane Zeal of the Tigers, Hunter Renfroe of the Padres, Corey Ray of the Royals, Mike Pappy of the Indians, James Trillin of the Pirates. So yeah, pretty much everything else is all the more common inserts. So I'm not going to take the time to go through those right now on video for this video I'm going to upload. I'll just leave that for my recap. So that is the end of my second case that I've broken of 2014 Bowman Draft Baseball. And I appreciate all of those who participated in the break. And I will get these all packaged up and in the mail to you tomorrow. Tracking numbers will be uploaded to eBay, and JK Breaker, who I just sent an invoice for, I'll send you a tracking number just to your email address for what was that, for your nationals. That's right. So I'm going to sign off for the video, and then I'll stay on here for just a few more minutes.